Hey, what's going on, good people? It's Shamar, and I am back with another video. I know you thought I was gonna miss this week 12. I ain't gonna hold you. I thought I was gonna miss it too. I had a busy weekend. We were in Atlanta shooting a conference down there. Got back, did several podcast episodes and a photo shoot, but we already know that is no excuse. I had to make sure I got in here and do a video for y'all. I typically release them on Mondays. Today is Friday. I'm doing this video and gonna edit and going to make sure that y'all get it today. I was not going to let the week go by or the work week end without me delivering a video. So, man, because of that conference, and the success that we had down there, one, the client had a successful conference in and of itself. We had a successful experience of covering the conference. Now, it was a 4-person team. 3 of us were veterans. We've already shot together before. And then we had 1 new person, right? I interviewed them, vetted them, felt like they would work well with the team, but it exceeded my expectations. He really jumped in there and was a value add instantly for the team, and it was dope. And because of that experience over the weekend, I wanted to come in here and give you all some tips as a corporate client, business owner, how you can engage and work with a media production company to cover your events. So the first one is, I'm always going to say this, proper pre-event planning. Get with us early. Get with us as early as possible, right? It is very important. It's important to engage your media production team. One, interview them, vet them out. And then when you choose the right fit for you, make sure you're getting them involved in the planning. The next thing is to provide event details. You want to talk about the venue space. You want to talk about the run of the show and everything. Listen, for the venue space, we need to know, is it a big space? Is it a small, what do you call it, cozy space, right? So is it pretty small? What is the lighting conditions? Listen, that is one of the biggest things for media production companies, the lighting conditions. Now, if you're going to have the house lights on, I'm going to give you an example of a birthday party because everybody has been to one. Everybody can relate to it. For a birthday party, they all have the house lights on when the guest of honor arrives and everything and stuff like that. But then when you going to cut the cake, sing happy birthday, or even at a wedding, if you're going to do the first dance, immediately they cut off all the house lights. And it's like, hold up, excuse me. We need light. That's how we do our job. Photography is literally painting with light. And if we don't have it, we ain't going to get it. So, there's ways, right? There's ways of working around the low light conditions and everything. But if we know ahead of time, we can pivot, we can adjust, we can plan for it. We don't even have to pivot. We can adjust and plan for it and know, hey, at 7 o'clock, this is when the house lights are going off. Let us go ahead and get our settings right and get in position to make sure that we capture it. Now, here's the thing for you to know. If you don't let them know ahead of time and you just drop the lights, if they're in the middle of doing something and they're not expecting those lights to drop, then they may have to pivot. And they may be scrambling a little bit to change their settings, change their lens, get a flash if they were using natural light. There could be so many things going on that they have to adjust to, and they may miss the moment if they didn't know ahead of time. So that's just something for y'all to think about. Make sure you're giving the details and letting them know what is going to happen and what to expect. If grandmama and them are going to be there and that the grandkids or the great grands are going to do something special for them, let us know ahead of time. Because if we're on the other side of the room, because people are going to grab us, hey, can you get our picture? Hey, can you do this quick little testimonial or well wish message for them? And y'all over there getting grandmama and them positioned for the surprise. If we're on the other side of the room, it might be difficult to run over there and get between all them people and catch that moment. So the more details you give us, the better. All right. The next one is incorporating branding and themes. Remember, we're talking about corporate events. We're talking about small businesses doing events and everything. You want your branding and your theme throughout the venue space so that we can capture it, right? We want to capture it in the videos and in the photos. And I will give you a couple examples here. It's nothing better to sit here and see this picture I'm getting ready to show you. Let's say that you are wanting to market that you are a public speaker and you want to show them that you spoke at a particular conference. We have the ability to capture you on stage, the audience, and that logo. You know, it's going to be powerful. 1,000 words in that one shot. It immediately tells the story when people see that image. And I love that shot. That's like the superhero shot. You know, you standing there strong, proud, boom, this is me. I'm delivering to this audience and I'm doing it and repping for this brand. Dope shot. Include your logo. All right. Here's the thing too. We have to respect we have to respect timelines and deadlines, right? So if we know that you want your videos and photos back at a certain time, but we need to get from you your assets, that would be your logo, you know, your motto, your slogan, things like that. If you have things that you want incorporated into the package of the videos and photos, you got to make sure that you're delivering those on time, because we are going to get your editing done ASAP, you know. And if it's done and we're just waiting on you, then there's nothing for us to do until we get it from you. Or even on a flip side, if you tell us, hey, here's all of our assets, we need to get this back in a week because we have to do the review prior to releasing it out to, you know, our audience. If we hold up and don't get it back to you in that deadline, now you're sitting there waiting on us. And that's not a good experience on either side, right? So if we both respect the timelines and the deadlines, it'd be a wonderful or great client media team experience, right? Next thing I want to talk about is building lasting relationships. I've had clients, corporate clients, I have corporate clients that have been working with me for the past 7 years. I've been in business 7.5, almost 8 years, and have a couple corporate clients that have been with me that long. And it's because of the relationships that we built, right? We get familiar with each other, and now it's not a thing of just like when you first date somebody, you know, that's a little dance that you got to do. Y'all got to figure each other out, what the things that you like, the things that you don't like. You know, you got to understand each other. You got to understand their body language. You got to understand what they mean when they say certain words and things like that. But when you've been working with someone that long, you know, it's a little look. You can give a look and you already understand what that means. Even in a relationship, you know, if your spouse give you that look, what that look mean, you know. So building those relationships, they really help in future projects where it makes everything more efficient. Now, in the next point that I'm going to make is providing post-event feedback. And it goes hand in hand with the building the relationship. I think, of course, us as a vendor, we want to hear that we've done a great job for you all. But we need to hear everything, right? We need to hear, you know, what I like to call the start, stop, continue. What is something that we need to start doing? What is something that we need to stop doing? And what is something that we should continue to do? Because it is just like with you all hiring and having employees, it's cheaper to coach an employee up than to get rid of them and hire a new employee. Same thing with a vendor. It's cheaper to coach them up than to fire them and go find a new vendor. So especially if it's a small hiccup, go ahead and give them that feedback, provide them the opportunity to correct it for you. And it's a win for both parties, right? Now, if they don't correct the opportunity, or if they don't correct the issue or make it better, then yeah, of course, you want to go find the right relationship. But providing that feedback, letting them know what worked well and what, you know, both parties can do. And it's on the same side as well. I provide my clients feedback on a regular basis as well. They provide it to me, I provide it to them, because it makes both of us better. It's strengthening that relationship, it's building it, it's making us both better, and it's making the experience better for all parties. All right. All right. I think that was the last one. Yeah, that was the last one, because I incorporated the communication and stuff in there too, but I'm going to just highlight it again just in case. So just communicating early on. Communication is actually probably in all of those bullets, right? So the pre-planning of the event, you want to make sure you communicate. Given the details of the event in the venue space, that's communication. Clearly defining the deadlines and the deliverables, that's communication, right? Building and establishing and nurturing long relationships, communication. So we're just going to wrap on that. It's communication. All right. Appreciate y'all tuning in and appreciate me for not missing a week. All right. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace. Peace.